Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ishavasyopanishad, we are at mantra 2. Mantra 2, first line says, Kurvan eva iha karmani jiji vished shatam samaha, means you act in such a way that you wish to live 100 plus years. You act in such a way that you wish to live 100 plus years. This is the Guru's advice. We act. Many of us do not feel that way, that we should live 100 plus years. Some of our actions are boring. Some are frustrating. Some action cause depression of a long duration. Now, how can a depressed and frustrated person wish to live 100 years? It's only when you are in happy condition, in ecstatic condition, you wish to live 100 plus years. In fact, 100 years is a short period. You say 100 years gone so quickly. We can understand with some example. I am from industry, and say 20-30 years ago, the efficiency of workers in industry was hardly 25 to 30%. And they would not be working for many of the hours, and you go and ask them, why are you not working? They say, we have done a lot of work, we are tired. Now, same worker, after the shift is over, goes to a volleyball ground and plays volleyball vigorously. He's tired, he's sweating, he's exerting. And you ask him after the game, how do you feel? He says, I am energized. One person acting at one place is bored. At another place, he feels happy. Same person, two different activities. You may say they are workers and all right. I met one of my friend who is an entrepreneur at 11 a.m. 11 a.m., just 2 minutes of transaction, he says, I am bored, I am tired today. No energy. I don't like to work. So I thought maybe he got up early today, because I got up at 5 o'clock and I was still fresh. So I asked him, at what time did you get up? He said, I woke up at around 8 o'clock and then I was relaxing in bed for 1.5 hours. Then my wife pulled me out. I had shower, breakfast, and here I am in office. And he is tired. A workman is doing laborious work, we can understand. But entrepreneur has not done anything. And he is tired. Is he bluffing? No. Is that worker bluffing? No. They both are tired. You may say in world this happens, but I give you example of spiritual people. You ask somebody, we are going out this weekend, would you like to join us? He says, my work is pending, how can I come? Since how long is your work pending? It's permanently pending. They don't have time. Work is always pending. Okay, come for dinner. When are you going for dinner? Where are you going? It's a 1.5 hour drive. Oh, I am not hungry today. Okay, have a cup of tea. Tea, I have acidity problem. Acidity problem? Small 50 ml tea, acidity problem. I know somebody who drinks tea by liters and he doesn't have acidity problem. So this is the insipid life they are living, and they are lecturing on karma yoga to others. They are teaching what is dynamic action, and they themselves are morose. So in which field you are? You are at the lowest field, you are at the highest field, you are at the spiritual field. Action bores you. Not every action. You see, the same worker, when he is playing volleyball, he is energized. So one action energizes you, one action takes your energy away. Now what happened to that entrepreneur? He is lying in bed for 1.5 hours. But something is going on in his mind. What is going on, we'll analyze. Something is going on in his mind, and those thoughts have drained his energy. And when he says, I am tired, it is right, because his energy has been drained. He feels tiresome. He feels bored. Life is to be lived enthusiastically, energetically. There are a few people I know, they will attend to their spiritual programs, they will attend to their exercises, they will attend to their businesses, they will attend to their social needs, and yet they are free. You ask him, we are going for a weekend, would you like to join? Yes, I am free. Coming for dinner? Yes, I am free. He is always free. A busy person is always free. A truly busy person is always free. And person who doesn't do his work, doesn't respect his obligation, he is always busy. He doesn't have time. So one action elevates you in life. Another action takes you down. Which action would you like to take up in life? He is saying you take up an action which will energize you, so that you wish to live 100 years, 100 plus years, hundreds, in fact it is 100 into bracket S years. When you are happy, your time runs away very fast. And when you are frustrated, even few minutes are like few hours. So what he means, even 100 years will pass just like that. Now what is happening? We got to analyze little bit scientifically. You can't go in total detail. But there are two types of action here. In one action, you ask yourself, why am I acting? Why am I working? The answer is, I want something. I want money. I want to get married. I want children. I want car. Want this, want that, want that, want that. It will never stop. And when they feel miserable, when they fail, they blame others. They blame their spouses. They blame their children. They blame their neighbors. None of these things have any power to influence you. Your car is damaged. You are blaming others. Your house is damaged. You are blaming others. You have some relationship issues. Your children are not respecting. You are blaming children. None of them have any power to have any negative effect on you. You are attacking a wrong field. Then what is causing agony? What is causing pain? What is causing frustration? This I and want. This ego and desire. They are responsible for all the troubles of the world. If you remove I and want, everything is fine. You can have 100 cars, no problem. Let them get damaged, you won't get affected. This I is ego. An egoistic person says, you cater to me, I won't cater to you. You serve me, I won't serve you. You earn and spend on me. You exercise, maintain your health and serve me. His whole attention is on me. This I, ego, this body consciousness. They think this body is me. So they want to cater to this body all the time. They are grabbers. If I am gaining by 50 points, but another is losing by 100 points, they don't mind. They say, you lose, I don't care. So long as I am gaining, I am happy. But this is not the happiness. You are inviting troubles for you. Another thing is desire. This desire is very interesting. A desire will not allow you to sit, you rest for a moment, get up and move. Desires are very strong. Once you have desire, your shanti is gone, your peace is gone. And desire, you keep on multiplying your desires, and all desires cannot be fulfilled. This world is not designed to fulfill all your desires. So what happens when your desire is not fulfilled? You are frustrated. You become angry. You lose your peace. You can't sleep properly. Then you have to take some supports. And if desire is fulfilled, momentarily you feel happy. Momentarily. Just within few moments, that happiness is snatched away. Why? Because you have promoted one more desire which is stronger than previous. You wanted 1 million, you got 1 million, now you want 2 million. 1 million, you chased 1 million, how much trouble you have gone through, you know. But now you want to chase 2 million. So how much trouble are you going to planning for yourself? There is nothing wrong with millions. They have no power. They can't influence you. But your desire, a strong desire, now it is called greed. So your desire fulfilled produces greed, desire not fulfilled produces anger. So both way you are a loser. There is nothing wrong with wealth, family, children, nothing wrong with the world. When the focus is on I, that is ego, and desire, the energy is drained. You are exhausted. You don't know what is the meaning and purpose of life. You are confused. And a confused person cannot take appropriate decisions. So your decisions go wrong. But there is another way of acting. Now you look at life from a different standpoint. You say, I got to go to work because I have started this business. There are 50 people waiting. The customers are expecting great service from me, and I am here to serve them. I am here to serve my nation. I am here to serve my family. That's my responsibility. Once I have started that venture, it is my responsibility. The Guru has told us, you set this goal of God realization for you. You set the goal, now you have that goal in your mind. So you are functioning, but for goal. You are functioning for your duties. You are functioning for your obligations. Where is I and where is want? Both have gone. When focus, your concentration is on goal or obligation and you are acting, the end result is happiness. Happiness does not mean that your all ventures will be successful. Success and failure in both cases is same. But you are not affected by them. You are free because you know this is what I have to do and I have done it, finish. I don't care what is the result. So one action degrades you, one action elevates you in life. And when you are elevated, when you are in that happy mood, 100 years is nothing. Now you want to live more and more. So it is not the number he's saying. He's deliberately saying hundreds of years. It's not the number. It's how you live, the quality of life. Even 100 years you will see, I have lived only 30 years. So when he is saying, do your work, he is referring to this obligatory duty. He's not talking about I desire. When you say I desire, it's not an action, it's not counted as action. So act means act sacrificially. You are a giver. You have come to this world to give, not to take. Take, you are going to suffer. Give, you are going to be happy. Kurvan eva iha karmani jijivishet shatam samaha. Then he says, evam tvai na anyatha ita asti. You have no other way other than this. You have no other option. You do not have any other choice. This is the only way to gain happiness in life. And that is what you want in life. What does a person wants? You analyze, you say money, you say family, you say house, you say business, whatever you say, ultimately it comes down to happiness, peace of mind. When you are happiest, you are one with God. You are as good as God. You are experiencing God. So that is our goal. To achieve goal, he has prescribed how to set this goal and how to keep focus on this goal. Is already prescribed. He says this is the only way. If you have another way, please pen it down. It will be considered as the greatest of the great Upanishad. But Guru in this Upanishad is an authority. Those who understand Upanishad also understand his stature. So his authority is done all kind of research and is concluded there is no other way. And whom is he talking to? He is talking to very selected few. This advice is not for everyone. You can't teach Upanishad to a mad person. He doesn't need it. Animals are exempt from any kind of spirituality. God realization, self-realization, happiness, bliss, peace, it's all applicable to sensible people. You say, why only us? Why not others? You compare yourself with others, you will understand. Let's take one example of a honeybee. Honeybee wakes up in the morning and goes for a fly, like we go for a walk. But before we go for a walk, we got to brush our teeth. So when you go to bathroom, pick up your brush, you take that paste, it is been pressed haphazardly. You want toothpaste to be pressed from bottom to top. Systematically but somebody has pressed it wrongly. And you say you can't use toothpaste properly. This is how you begin your day. If that is not there, then newspaper is not there. Same thing happens to you. Okay, newspaper is there, breakfast is not ready, and you are late for office. Same thing happens. So you make your beginning with little irritation. And honeybee, she doesn't know. This toothpaste is not applicable to honeybee. It simply flies off. Then you have so many things in life. Sometimes you will get angry. Even in traffic, driver is driving, you are sitting behind, still you are under tense. The honeybee is flying from here to there. Other honeybees are there. They don't collide. They are programmed in such a way. They won't collide. So you get angry, you get frustrated, you get bored, you go into depression. Honeybee doesn't go. So this spiritual discourse is not applicable to honeybee because it is not suffering the way we are suffering. Similarly, a mad person doesn't suffer. See, he is not suffering. He is not sick. There is no treatment needed. If any one of us has conquered anger and fear, he is exempt from spirituality. He doesn't have to attend any discourse. He doesn't have to go temple, church, mosque. He doesn't have to perform any ritual. But if we are suffering, if we cannot control anger, if we have fear, some kind of a fear, then this is essential for us. And the animals are a lower species, human are higher species. But those who have conquered their negativities are superhumans. So when you become superhumans, this way, this education, it's all not there. At lower strata, it is not there. It is the middle lot, those who suffer. They need to be educated. So you decide for yourself. If you are suffering from anger and fear, you need this education. If you are not suffering, don't bother. It's not applicable to you. This is the only way. Then he says, na karma lipyate nare. This action will not stain you. Stain means the after effect of action. See, action is a cause, then the fruit of action is an effect. You start a venture, you are either going to be successful or you are going to fail. When you are successful, you are jumping with joy. And when you fail, you are under depression. You brand yourself as a failure. For rest of life, you are a failure. Success and failure we keep aside, but this jumping and this depression, these are the after effects of action. These are the stains. So every action will have some effect. That is why they say you just act. Don't bother about effect. Success or failure is not under your jurisdiction, decided by something else. You simply do what ought to be done. Na karma lipyate nare. He is using this word nare deliberately. He is not saying jiva, not any person, a special person, a man among men. To him, this is applicable. How will you understand? You see, you go to a friend's house. There is nobody except his child. Child is a 7-8-year-old. He says, "Uncle, Papa told me he's going to be 2 hours late. You can relax here." He says, "Okay, I'll relax." Then he brings some game, maybe Ludo, Carom, something like that. And he says, "Uncle, would you play with me?" "Oh, yes, why not? We'll play." So you play with him. That boy has won the first game. He's jubilant. He says, "First thing Papa comes, I'm going to tell him this. I won against you." You play second game. He loses. And he's not happy. For a few moments, he's not happy. You cheer him up. "Okay, let's play one more game." So you play third game, he wins. Again, he's jumping with joy. You play fourth game, he loses. Again, he is frustrated. See, the boy is playing for winning or losing. And he is affected by winning, he is affected by losing. And what happens to you? You have also won 2 games. You have also lost 2 games. What does it mean to you? Na karma lipyate nare. This action has not stained you. You are simply participating in action. You are acting. You are not abstaining from action. You are participating in action without any affectation. Now imagine the third person visits in between. So this young boy invites him also. "Uncle, would you like to join?" No. This game, either I win or I lose. I am not interested. I am a religious person. I don't get involved into worldly activities. So I won't play. So now we have 3 individuals. Now you imagine these are 3 types of people in the whole world. Majority of us are like that young boy. We do something, there is success or failure, and we are affected by both. We are affected by success, we are affected by failure. There is one person, there are a few amongst us, they think we have not to participate in this world. This world is, why test drugs, they say. So we don't go to the world. We don't function in world. We live in our ashram. We live in our temple. We don't eat much. We don't drink. We don't see movies. We don't go here. We don't go there. And there is a third type of people. They participate in every activity. Not affected. What happens? They don't even look back. What happened to their action? They go, perform, do what is to be done. If you are a citizen, as a citizen, you have some responsibilities. Fulfill those responsibilities, walk away. As a family member, you have certain responsibility. Do what ought to be done, walk away. Don't look back what happened. You are into business, you have some responsibility, just do your job. The rest, everything will be taken care of. So there are 3 types of people. But only this type is not lipayman, means you are not affected by your action. Success and failure is there. You are participating in action. Whenever there is action, there is a success or there is a failure. But you are not affected. One person does not participate in action. Another man participates in action and is affected by action. The third one is participating in action, very active, totally unaffected. He is like a sakshi, witness. He is udasina. Utta asit. Utta means upper. Asit means sitting. He's got that highest position in life. See, like an adult is looking at that child who is winning and losing, he's got that position for him, entire world is like that 8-year-old child. Everybody is 8-year-old child here. And he is adult looking at them from a seat which is much above. He is enjoying. For him, it is an entertainment show. He is enjoying. He is not affected. Others are affected. So he is saying, na karma lipyate nare. If you have followed the earlier procedures, you will not be stained, you will achieve that state. From where you can observe the world, you participate in the world, but remain aloof to the world. And he says, Nara means a leader, one who sets a new path, one who sets the standards, one who breaks the rule only to formulate new ones. He is a guide, philosopher, friend. Nara is man. Man in spirituality includes woman because there is no gender. So there is no Nara or Nari. All Nara. So when he says Nara, you got to understand, where do I stand as compared to that person? I am affected. That means I got to learn more. Find out who is Nara amongst us. Seek his guidance. Because he will set standards for you. So kurvan iva karmani, you got to function in the world, so function. You can't remain idle. Even for a moment you can't remain idle. So if you can't remain idle, participate. But how do you participate? You must feel that zeal and enthusiasm to live 100+ years. Whether you will live, that's not the question here. He's not blessing you. It's your mental condition. If you have appetite for life, you are happy already. See, he is saying just be happy. That's it. Don't bother about the rest of the small things. Just be happy. This is second mantra. Now you say, I don't believe in God. Okay, he says don't believe in God. You want to be happy? Not necessarily. I don't want to be happy. Then what happens? Then you don't participate in the world the way he is talking about, an objective stance of the world, and you don't bother about anything. You simply take care of your own self, that's all. Not even family, not even children. Then what happens? You are self-centered, you are selfish. Then what happens? It's a third mantra. Asurya nama te loka andhena tamasavrita tanguste pratyabhigachanti yeke cha atmahano janaha. In a simple word, he says such a person is atmahatyara, means slayer of the self. Self cannot be slain. Nainan chindanti shastrani. Self cannot be slain, but the person who is highly selfish and self-centered, he does not participate into the action. He is atmahatyara and he goes to loka, world, which are covered by darkness, 3 layers of darkness. He says Asurya. Asurya means Sunless means where the place where sun does not reach. Sun does not reach means it is a dark place. Surya Nam Te Loka Andhena Andha means blind. Blind means darkness. A blind person can see only darkness. He is dark. And then he says tamasa avrutaha. Tamas means laziness, carelessness, darkness, ignorance. So there are three terms for darkness here. Tamasa refers to this physical body. No drive. But there are some instinctive actions, even they are absent. You got to drag the person. Come on, get up. Eat at least. There are some lazy people, they say, you bring plate to my bedroom, I'll eat there. They are covered by tamas. Andhena means blind people. Blind means not physically blind, mentally blind. No emotions, no love, no kindness, no consideration for others. Playing loud music, neighbor is disturbed, I don't care. Dhritarashtra was such person, a blind person. He was infatuated to his son, to his kingdom. And what happened? So that blindness he is saying here. Mentally you are blind. No expression of emotions. And asurya, sunless. Sun is compared to the buddhi, intellect. Sun's rays are compared to the consciousness. You are conscious, you have knowledge. So at intellect, you are blind. At mind, you are blind. And physically also you are blind. You are all the time in darkness. And what happens? What are the consequences? He's taking an extreme case. We will have to use some example to understand this. What is he saying? Such a person who is blind at intellect, mind, so heart, hand, and head, all three are non-functional. What happens to such a person? Such a person is deemed Atmahatyara, slayer of the self. Self cannot be killed, but he kills it, as it were. In Mahabharata, one of the most important character is Bhishma. Those who have read stories of Mahabharata, they know how great this man was. Learned? Yes. Intellectual? Yes. Dynamic? Yes. Strength? Yes. Man of word, he will give his life but not go back on his word. He is a standard till today. He is a standard. It's called Bhishma Pratijna. If one word is given, it's final. He could kill 10,000 soldiers per day. That was his strength. He was a revered person. The most senior Kuru. In fact, he was the heir to throne. No other person deserved even 1% of him. Such a great man decided to abstain from action once. The scene is parliament is in session. Draupadi was dragged. Draupadi is queen. She was dragged to parliament by Dushasana and she was being disrobed. And he is observing it. Any sensible person will get up. Any sensible. But whole parliament was standstill. And Bhishma, he himself, he being a senior most person, he himself kept quiet. Draupadi appealed to him personally. At least you understand. But he preferred to be a mute spectator. He did not act. You see, he got to analyze what is this situation. He had some compulsion. We are not analyzing his compulsion. We are not analyzing whether he was right or wrong. We are analyzing that situation. He kept quiet. He could have analyzed that I have committed something, but this is a heinous crime. I must protect this. She is most dear to him. She is more than a daughter to a father. He could have analyzed. He did not analyze. He could have expressed his emotion. Okay, let me not bring in logic. Kindness. Any other woman, you would resist this kind of activity. See, no expression of emotion. Even physically, he was paralyzed. He was just sitting in his simhasan, not moving, not expressing anything. And one roar of Bhishma could have changed everything. Just he said, stop. Everything would have been normal. But he did not do it. Consequences. In the middle of battlefield, Bhishma said, I cannot fight. So he drops his weapons. And Krishna orders Arjuna to shoot Bhishma. Arjuna says, he is my grandfather. He is like a god to me. How can I shoot him? One. Second, he is without weapon. So he is not fighting with me. Why? How can I kill? It's against the law. It's against the moral, but it's more than that, against the law. I can't shoot him. I won't shoot him. Krishna says, if you don't shoot him, I will shoot him. I have also vowed not to take a weapon. I'll break my vow. That is where Bhishma got the lesson of life. Because Bhishma had also taken a vow. And to protect that vow, he did not react in parliament. But that is over now. Now he is in the battlefield. So Bhishma allowed himself to be killed by Arjuna. And he was more than happy. Because this is one death. He says, I'll get relief. I am dying daily. From that day onwards till this day, he is dying every day. So he says, this is a great relief for me. Arjuna, you kill me. So he invited Arjuna to kill him. He allowed Arjuna to kill him. But it is not only Bhishma and his suffering. According to one theory, 600 million people died in this war. This was a world war. This record has not been broken yet. Third World War may do it because now they have weapons of mass destruction. But it's not 600 or 60, that's not important. What is important? The devastating effect of his not acting at that particular time. Had he acted at that time, there was no war, no possibility of war. Bhishma was final authority. Kauravas, Pandavas, even Lord Krishna would say, yes, whatever is your decision, it's okay. We accept. He did not use his authority only once. So such a person is slayer of the self. Your non-action will have so many effects. Your wrong action can also have so many effects. So be careful. Before you are branded as slayer of the self, this is a great warning. a stern warning. Normally, these gurus don't talk about it. And when is he warning? Who is warning? When is he warning? To whom is he warning? Mahabharata happened much later. After Mahabharata, you can understand the warning. But he is going 5000 before Mahabharata. And there he says, you be careful about your actions. Otherwise, you will be branded as slayer of the self. I don't know how to explain slayer of the self. If there is a crude slaughterhouse, and if you can imagine human beings in place of animal, then the owner is a slayer of the self. So you drop to that level, he says. Be careful. This is a warning. This is not a threat. They are not saying that, no, we will threaten you, otherwise you come to this level, this track, otherwise you will be having. They are not threatening. They are simply, this is a statement of fact. Asurya namate loka. See, you don't have expression of your rationality. Because your mind is disturbed, you are deluded. Where is rationality? See, you are not rational, you are not emotional, positive emotion. And you are not even active physically, paralyzed. Then you are the slayer of the self, Atma Hatyara. So this first mantra, Guru has given us a goal. A goal is not necessarily God realization at the time, all the time, self-realization. No, you can set a goal from today onwards. I am not going to suffer the way I am suffering. This can be understood. I am going to be happy all the time. I am going to be cheerful all the time. I am going to be active all the time. I do all my work, whatever is to be done. I'll keep myself busy. That can be a goal. Or I have this talent. Let me express this talent for the betterment of society. This can be a goal. Or I'll function, I'll earn foreign exchange for my country. This can be a goal. You set a goal. If there is no goal, my life is directionless. I will study this particular scripture. It can be anything, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, maybe whatever you like. Set up a goal. This next year, I am going to read this Bhagavad Gita at least once. Whether I understand or not. This can be a goal. Or I will attend to Swami's lectures all through year. Because you are talking about your growth. Only when you have planned for your growth, you set up a goal. You don't set up a goal to go down in life. Even if you want to earn money, why do you want to earn money? You got to specify. If it is selfish interest, then you are going down. If you have some higher purpose, you are going up. So whenever you are planning to grow in life, that is goal. It's not only you are growing. When you grow, others are going to follow you. You will set a standard for them. So first is you understand that what energizes me energizes everybody. What is the process of converting food into blood in my system is the same process in another system. What air I am breathing, another is breathing. So we are connected. When we are connected to one entity, we can't be enemies. For the sake of simplicity, we have division of labor and other divisions. It's only for the sake of simplicity. I have a different talent, you have a different talent. So you belong to a group which will express that talent. I belong to a group which will express this talent. Ultimate goal is to upbringing of all. So you set a goal in life, and then you understand how is this world made up of. Then he says stick to goal. Stick to goal, he gives 3 practices. The first practice is Tena Tyaktena Bhunjitha. Guru has said there is this Lord which is pervading. You don't have to accept that statement because you do not know God. God remains unknown. But here you imagine a God and surrender to Him. All this is provided by that imaginary God. Instantly your pride and arrogance is gone, and humility sets in. God is imaginary, but the humility is real. So you are changing the track. Up till now, you had no goal, so you are going helter-skelter. Now you have a goal and you follow this practice. My first practice, you come to track, closer to track. Then he says, Mahagruda, don't be greedy. Greed gone means all your mental agitations gone. All your disturbance is gone. Your mind becomes quiet. But greed will go only when you have a goal. So all the time focus has to be on goal. This focus, this concentration, this meditation towards the goal is happiness. Happiness is not coming from outside world. If you are getting it from outside world, it is temporary. They attend to meditation class 1 hour, maximum 2 hours. They say, we felt very nice, very nice. What is nice? Can you define? No, we cannot define, but it was very nice. Another person goes and has 1 or 2 drinks. He says, I felt very nice. Third person goes to a movie, 3 hours, I felt very nice. Fourth person joins laughter challenge. Somebody is telling him jokes. He is happy, laughing. He said, I felt very nice. You're feeling very nice. You're feeling happy, but it is temporary. And it is dependent. Somebody is guiding you and you are just sitting in meditation class. Somebody is serving you drink and snacks. You are concentrating on your drink. When you go to movie, you are concentrating on movie. Rest of the world is cut off. And that is why you feel happy. But this happiness is not original. This is the reflection of happiness. Mirror is gone, happiness is gone. So long as the drink is in front of you, you see, you are happy. The drink is gone, happiness is gone. This is dependent happiness, this is duplicate happiness. But the original happiness comes from within. When you have done your duty perfectly, you don't need anything to be happy. Third thing he says, Kasya Svidhanam, think. When you start thinking, what are the realities of life? Who am I? How I am made up of? What is this body? Who designed this body? What does it contain? What are these senses? What is mind? What is intellect? What is Atma? You start thinking. And who made this? Who is the real owner of this? You think. When you think, you become introvert. See, when you go to movie for 3 hours, you are cut off from the world and you feel happy. Then movie, there is nothing in the movie which makes you happy. And when you become introvert, you are cut off from the world and you are permanently happy. So here he is giving 3 practices. He selected 3 for us. There are other practices also. Then he says act. Act to live hundreds of years. You got to think. How do I act to live 100+ years? Something, if I am not willing to live hundreds of years, something wrong with my actions, my attitude towards action. I got to correct it. And then he gives a stern warning. If you don't do, you are Atmahatyara. There is real self. And there is this duplicate self called ego. We refer to this body as me. But this body is not me. This body is my possession. I only own it for some time. But all other bodies also belong to me. I am that. That is real self. Real self and this ego, they both are self. And both cannot be together. So when real self is understood, ego is gone. The lower self is gone. But when this lower self surfaces, Atman is gone, real self is gone. That is called slayer of the self. If you don't want to be branded, now we don't understand what he's saying, but in those days, if they say you are Atmahatyara, man will take it very seriously. We have to become serious. So he is, in this 3 mantra, he is giving the higher state a person can attain and the lowest state one can go to. If you don't put in effort to go higher and higher in life, you will come down. The highest heaven and the lowest hell, if you can understand that. We are here in this life to put in our efforts, Purushartha. That's the only purpose. Prarabdha is not applicable in fact. Only Purushartha is applicable. Purushartha is you take one step towards the goal. How many steps you have taken, that will be counted. And if you don't take these steps up, you will go down. There is a pull, gravitational pull. Why do we act? They say action is propelled by your karmas. But think, what was the first action for? It is not the push, it is the pull. So here is the highest state, here is the lower state, and Guru is not saying where you should go. He is leaving that choice to yours, to you. The choice is yours. Hari Om.